Hi everyone, welcome back to Coffee Books and Rain. I'm Rachel, and I have an iced coffee, but it has no ice anymore. It has melted. I have had an incredibly busy day because I did have D&D earlier, thus the cat ears, but it is October, so we have to have a little bit of a character fun for October, right? And so I do plan on trying to pull out some characters for the month of October, so we shall see. I've got a couple in my head if I get around to pulling them off. So I hope that I can get around to doing that. Goals. Hashtag goals. But anyway, we are going to talk about how to summon a fairy godmother. Now, I wish I could summon a fairy godmother. However, this book makes me question whether I really want to summon a fairy godmother or not. This book was really fun. This is the second book here recently that is kind of a Cinderella retelling, and I'm not mad about it because I love a good fairy tale retelling, especially if it's done pretty well. This, again, is told from the perspective of a stepsister. Now, in We Kept Her in the Cellar, we got a very dark, gritty, very horror Cinderella retelling where Cinderella was a true monster. This one, we get Cinderella, who is not really Cinderella. Her name is Beatrice, which, Cinderella was always a nickname anyway. She was named that because she was in the cinders, so to speak. But in this particular story, we follow Theo, who is Theodosia, one of the two stepsisters of Beatrice, who is technically Cinderella. And so the story takes place after Beatrice has already gone to go live in the castle with the prince. And Beatrice and her sister Flo are at the house with their mom. And of course, the Cinderella or Beatrice has already kind of been whisked away. Her fairy godmother has come and done the thing. The ball has happened. The carriage has been created, the dress has happened, the shoes have happened, and so if one sister can get a fairy godmother, then why not another one, right? So we're kind of sitting here, and Theo is technically the quote-unquote uglier of the two ugly stepsisters. Theo has a pretty bad attitude. Now, technically, Flo also has a pretty bad attitude as well, but Flo at least is pretty. Flo has a suitor, Ambrose, and Flo is already pretty much engaged to be married. So let's just dive into the summary, and then I'll dive into kind of my thoughts on the book. Because honestly, I really liked this book, and I kind of like how it played out too. It does look like, or at least from the sounds of it, sounds like we might get a sequel, and I'm pretty into it. I'm kind of intrigued because it says it's Fairies and Familiars #1. So kind of intrigued to see what Laura J. Mayo is going to do with book #2, because I can get behind it. I'm not going to read the whole summary because it is a little lengthy, but again, I want to kind of give you guys a little bit of what's coming up so you guys can see if you're interested in reading it. If a fairy godmother can get one sister into a marriage, getting out of one should be easy. Lady Theodosia Balfour has certainly gotten the short end of the stick. Her stepsister, the newly crowned Princess Beatrice, is telling everyone in polite society that Theo, her sister, and their mother are evil, wicked, and horrid people who treated her like a slave. Though Theo knows that isn't exactly true. It seems her life is thoroughly ruined by the rumor. With the Balfour family estate on the verge of bankruptcy, Theo's only path forward is a forced betrothal to the Duke of Snowbell, a foul-tempered geezer who wishes only to use her as a broodmare for spare heirs. It's pretty gross, so yeah, it's pretty gross. Desperate for help, Theo clings to the only thing that might save the rumor of a fairy godmother, one that supposedly helped her stepsister secure a prince. After discovering a way to summon a fairy in Beatrice's old room, Theo thinks her prayers have been answered, but the fairy she meets isn't at all what she thinks. Oh, wasn't imagined. Drop dead gorgeous, incredibly cunning, and slightly devious, Cecily of the Ash Fairies is more interested in gathering powerful favors and smoking her pipe than providing charitable magic for humans in a bind. So we'll kind of pause there because there is another paragraph. You're welcome to go out there and read it. But I think that's enough to kind of point you in the right direction. Now, this book did come out October 8th already of this year, 2024, and it's about 385 pages. I did have the audiobook, and it was about 13 hours approximately. I loved it. I think the narrator did a fantastic job. I was riveted, and I did have the app on my phone. I will say the NetGalley app can be hit or miss sometimes. I will just say sometimes with the NetGalley app, there have been a couple of audiobooks I cannot seem to get to play on my phone app, but it will play on my tablet app. So this one did play on my phone app, so I was able to listen pretty consistently, like typing away at work and things of that nature. And I had such a good time with this book. There is a little bit of a love triangle that happens. There are some incredibly sexy sounding fairies. I know you're not supposed to trust fairies, but I mean, some of them are they just sound really cute. There is some conniving, there is some backstabbing, but some people deserve it. I will say, I started off not liking Theo at all. And I think you're not supposed to. I think you truly are supposed to be, and you're supposed to believe that she is not a very good person. Until she even kind of realizes, oh, wow, I am not a good person, because she has a chip on her shoulder. And until she realizes she has a chip on her shoulder, she is not able to kind of start making a change in her own outlook and on her own kind of life. And I think that's kind of a big deal in this particular book. Now, one of the genres that they put this book in is cozy mystery, and I think that's incorrect. I absolutely do not count this as a cozy mystery. Fantasy, fine. Romance, not so much. Retellings, absolutely. Adult, not so much, because there's nothing spicy about this book. I don't even think there was enough in here to be adult content. YA, fringing on adult, but I mean, it's a Cinderella retelling, so it's really hard to say that this is an adult content book. There's nothing in here that I would really classify as an adult. Audiobook, sure. Humor, absolutely. There's plenty in here that is humorous. There's definitely lots of sass, satire, wit, humor, those sorts of things, perfectly fine. But those are a couple of genres that I was looking at Goodreads that I was questioning. Why would they put it as cozy mystery? Because we're not really solving a mystery. We are literally doing spy things. We are running around trying to do certain spy things in certain ways. We have to act as a lawyer for somebody when we're not a lawyer. We have to try to steal something when we're not really good at stealing things. We have to do various things. We as readers, like Theo, but we are there as kind of her sidekicks, the readers, because that's the role or the POV that we have as readers. But honestly, this book was really cute. So after reading the one that was very kind of much more horror filled and adult with body horror and entrails tied around a tree. This one was much more cozy fantasy, fun, whimsical. Guys turning into foxes, like literally. Really cute fae guys that are just like being drop dead sexy. And I'm just like, yes, please, thank you. Please tell me that I'm cute and gorgeous and that I just don't have a say and can't run away. Please, that would be lovely. I mean, I I don't know. I just thought this was really well done. I think it is more of I I think it does make Theo kind of reassess her own bullshit. I mean, and I don't really like curse often, but like I've got to be called on my BS a lot of times. I'm an adult. I need to be called on my own BS sometimes. Like absolutely. That's what we each have to do sometimes. Like we each need to be kind of like, "Hey, pause for a minute. Have you checked yourself?" Like Theo needs that moment. She needs someone to check her. And like that's what she's getting done to her right now during a good portion of this book is someone is checking her and saying, "Hey, you're a turd. You need to check yourself." And so finally, she does. And so then she realizes, okay, yeah, you're right. I need to be a better person. Maybe then I can turn my life around. Maybe things can be different if I actually break this cycle. Um, and so ultimately, I liked this book. I thought it was a really, really well done book. I didn't think I was even going to like it as much as I really liked this book. I thought it might be a little more campy than it was. I am I am actually waiting for this next book. I have definitely given this book 5 stars. Um, did not realize I was going to give it 5 stars until I finished it, and I was like, yes, please, kudos. I loved the way this book ended, and I didn't think I was like, yes, yes. I don't know. It hit me exactly the way I wanted it to, and I don't. I well done, Laura J. Mayo. I needed that. I needed it. Now I need some things ironed out with a brother Faye and Theo. I need not he's not Theo's brother. Just by the way, if you read it, you'll understand when you get to that point. But you'll know if you read it once you get there. It's literally like the last 2% of the book. I'm not saying anything else. I'm not even giving you a spoiler, but you'll know. I just need some clarification. I need something to be reconciled with it. Gotta figure it out. But anyway, the book is really well done. I really like how things played out. I don't really like how Theo got manipulated, but I definitely understood why we took the route we did to get where we got. And with all of that being said, no more spoilers. I don't think I gave any really. Just know things happen the way they happen. Everything needs to happen for a reason. It's a little convoluted, but we got there. And 5 stars from me. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you'll like and subscribe. And if I don't know when I have dropped this episode, but hopefully the Marigold Mine Laundry has already released. But I am hopefully still waiting. I'm hopefully not still waiting, but if you did not hear, I believe I have a subscriber named Jordan McKnight who has won the Barnes & Noble $25 gift card, and I'm hopefully not still waiting for him to reach out to me because I don't have a contact information for him, like an email or anything. But if he watches or listens or anything like that, I hope he will reach out to me so I can get him this gift card because he was the person who won when I reached 100 subscribers, and so would love to be able to get him the gift card. And when I reach 200 subscribers, I will probably try to do something very similar, and then I think I want to try to do like a live book club or something like that. Like maybe I'll do like just a live where we just like I'll read I won't read a book out loud, but like I'll just do a live where I'm like reading, and then you guys can like Q&A me or something. I don't know, but we'll do something kind of fun. We'll see what we do. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you will like and subscribe. And until next time, I will see you guys on the next page. I hope you have a great evening. Thank you so much, and bye.